Welcome to Wisdom to Freedom, the channel that takes you on a profound journey of self-discovery and liberation. Today, we invite you to embark on a transformative exploration of the ancient philosophy of Advaita Vedanta. In this episode, we will delve deep into the essence of Advaita Vedanta, its core teachings on consciousness, and how this philosophy can help us rise above suffering and attain true freedom. The philosophy of Advaita Vedanta finds its roots in the ancient wisdom of India, specifically in the Upanishads, the concluding part of the Vedas. Vedanta, meaning the end of the Vedas, explores the nature of reality, knowledge, and liberation. While there are various schools of thought within Vedanta, they all share a common belief in the existence of Brahman, the supreme reality that is the source and essence of everything. Brahman is described as infinite, eternal, and beyond all attributes and categories. It is also recognized as the innermost self, known as the Atman, of all beings. Within this framework, we encounter the terms Jiva, Atman, and Brahman. Jiva refers to the individual self or soul that is embodied in a physical form. It is also considered a reflection of Brahman in the mind, known as Chidabhasa or Chitchaya. The Jiva is subject to ignorance, attachment, and delusion, which result in suffering and bondage. However, through the realization of its true nature as Brahman, the Jiva can attain liberation. Advaita Vedanta, founded by Adi Shankara in the 8th century CE, is one of the most influential schools within Vedanta. Advaita translates to non-duality and teaches that there is no difference between Brahman and Atman, or between Brahman and Jiva. It asserts that the apparent diversity and multiplicity of the world is an illusion, known as Maya, created by the power of Brahman. Advaita Vedanta employs a method of negation, known as neti-neti, to remove all false notions of reality and identity, revealing the ultimate truth that you are Brahman. At the heart of Advaita Vedanta is the understanding that the ultimate reality, Brahman, is non-dual, infinite, and beyond all conceptualization. It invites us to explore the words of the great philosopher and spiritual leader, Adi Shankara, who eloquently expressed the core teachings of Advaita Vedanta. Brahman is real, the world is an illusion, the individual self, Atman, is not different from Brahman. These profound words encapsulate the essence of Advaita Vedanta, asserting that the world we perceive is a transient and illusory manifestation, while the true reality lies in the non-dual nature of Brahman. To grasp this concept, let us imagine the vast ocean with its countless waves. Each wave appears distinct and separate, yet at its core, it is nothing but water. No matter how powerful, beautiful, weak, or small the wave may be, it ultimately arises from and dissolves back into the ocean. Similarly, Advaita Vedanta teaches that the individual self, Jiva, is like a wave, seemingly separate from the ultimate reality, Brahman, but in essence, they are one and the same. Just as waves arise and dissolve back into the ocean, our individual identities arise and dissolve within the infinite ocean of consciousness. Advaita Vedanta emphasizes the underlying unity and interconnectedness of all things, transcending the apparent diversity and separation. It reminds us that beyond the illusions of the world, there exists an ultimate reality of pure consciousness, where the individual self merges with the cosmic self. Consciousness, as understood in Advaita Vedanta, is the very essence of our being, the universal, all-pervading awareness that underlies all phenomena. It is not merely a product of the brain or an individual attribute but the source and substratum of all existence. As the renowned Advaita Vedanta scholar and philosopher Swami Vivekananda beautifully expressed, consciousness is the eternal, unchanging reality, the one that illumines everything. Advaita Vedanta guides us to realize that beneath the surface diversity of names and forms, all is one, all is Brahman. The entire manifest world, along with our own sense of individual self, is but an illusion, a maya, that masks the singular consciousness which is our true nature and the nature of the Absolute. Why then should we solely identify as limited beings, bounded by name, form, and karma? In truth, we are the omnipresent, eternal, ever-blissful Brahman. To realize this, we must peel away layer after layer of ignorance through sustained reflection on the teachings and direct experience. The means to pierce the veil of illusion and attain moksha, or liberation, lies at the core of Advaita Vedanta. It is through self-inquiry and the cultivation of knowledge, jnana, that we can transcend our identification with the limited self and awaken to our true nature as Brahman. Self-inquiry involves examining the nature of our own consciousness and questioning the reality of our individual identities. It requires us to turn our attention inward and investigate the source of our thoughts, emotions, and perceptions. Through introspection and contemplation, we can discern that the thoughts and sensations we experience are transient and changing, while the awareness in which they arise remains constant and unchanging. In Advaita Vedanta, knowledge is considered the key to liberation. It is not merely intellectual knowledge but direct experiential knowledge of our true nature as Brahman. This knowledge is not acquired through external means but through the direct realization of our own consciousness. It is a shift in perspective, a recognition that we are not separate individuals but manifestations of the one universal consciousness. The path of Advaita Vedanta requires discipline, self-inquiry, and the guidance of a qualified teacher, guru, who has themselves realized the truth. The guru plays a vital role in imparting the teachings, clarifying doubts, and guiding the seeker on the path to liberation. Meditation is another important practice in Advaita Vedanta. By stilling the mind and turning our attention inward, we create the conditions for the direct experience of our true nature. Through meditation, we can gradually transcend the limitations of the mind and ego, and merge into the infinite ocean of consciousness. The ultimate goal of Advaita Vedanta is to realize our identity as Brahman and to live in that realization. It is not a matter of escaping from the world or denying its existence but rather transcending the illusions of the world while fully engaging with it. When we recognize the underlying unity of all beings, we naturally develop compassion, love, and a sense of interconnectedness with the world. In summary, Advaita Vedanta is a profound philosophy that teaches the non-dual nature of reality. It guides us to realize our true nature as Brahman, the supreme reality that underlies all existence. Through self-inquiry, knowledge, meditation, and the guidance of a qualified teacher, we can transcend the illusions of the world, liberate ourselves from suffering, and attain the ultimate freedom of realizing our oneness with the universe. Advaita Vedanta invites us to awaken to the truth that we are not separate individuals but manifestations of the infinite consciousness that pervades everything. Join us next time as we guide you through a profound Advaita Vedanta self-inquiry meditation, unveiling the essence of your true being. Until next time, may you find peace, freedom, and the eternal light of consciousness on your own journey of self-discovery.